Hello everybody and welcome to episode 16, I think, of This Old Knit. I should have checked before I came up here. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine on Ravelry and Pinterest, and I actually had a false start earlier with the camera. First my battery was low, so that was good that I found that out, and then I was sitting up here knitting, waiting for it to charge. And it started to get really cloudy outside, and we did some mowing earlier, so we still had everything out of the Prius V because we had to jump the mower. We haven't bought a new battery yet, long story. Anyway, so yeah, the battery's in the back for both of the models of Prius that we have, so we had to back it in. And then there's like a section that you have to lift off of the battery, so it's like this nice little tray, for lack of a better word, that you can put like jumper cables and ice scraper and all that kind of good stuff in, and it's underneath of the carpeting in the back part in the trunk. So we had that all just sitting next to the car along with the baby stroller. I feel like this is not pointing at me, so I'm just going to adjust it a little bit. Podcaster error. Okay. So anyway, I thought, it looks pretty cloudy. I think I'm going to go ahead and go put that away while the battery's charging. And so I was out doing that with Megwin, and literally as soon as we got the mower covered back up again, it just opened up and started pouring. So it's still raining outside right now. So unfortunately now I don't have good lighting for the podcast, but that's okay. I think it'll still be okay. So anyway, it is Sunday, and we went yesterday to a jazz concert. So there's a series of jazz concerts with local jazz musicians that's aimed towards children. They are once a month in a downtown park next to the main library branch. And usually what they do is they do a story time first for about 30 minutes, and then they do the concert for about an hour outside. And if it's a rain out, then they'll do the concert inside, because there's kind of a large auditorium style hall area where they can do performances and stuff. But the main library branch is closed right now for renovations, so they did the story time outside in the park and then did the concert after. And we met up with a friend of mine who I don't get to see very often, and Megwin's best friend Emma and her little brother. And the kids had a really great time. They were running around. I don't know how they did it, because it had to be like 90 degrees outside. It was very humid and still and hot. And I actually got quite a bad sunburn, like right here. I wasn't even thinking about it, and I didn't put on sunscreen, and I'm not outside a ton, and I'm very fair complected, so I burn very easily, and then I don't tan at all. It just goes away again, and I get like a million more freckles than I already have. So usually I do remember, well, every day I wear sunscreen for like part of my skin regimen, but I don't think about doing the rest of like my neck and my arms and stuff like that, because I'm just not out in the sun for super long like that. So anyway, long story short, I got a sunburn, and so last night I had the aloe on and everything. But yeah, it was very fun. So I will put a couple of pictures that I took at the end of the episode, so you guys can see. Joshua had a really great time. He was just taking it all in, and he was very calm, which was great because it was around his nap time. So I was worried that he might be pretty cranky, but he actually was just really mellow, which was awesome. And like I said, Megan had a fabulous time. It's hilarious because the two girls, they showed up and completely unplanned. They both had stuffed tigers, pink, like, floppy hats on, polka dotted dresses, and athletic shoes with them. It was hilarious. So we had a little laugh seeing how the girls are so similar. And I am drinking a diet root beer today because I want to. It's too hot to drink hot drinks right now. So Joshua has been napping, so my guess is that my husband's going to want to make food pretty soon. Unfortunately, my timing was not good because of the battery. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. So first things first. Oh, there's a door opening. Maybe not. Maybe not. So first thing is that I finished my rainbow socks. Yay! So I really love them. I'm very happy with how they turned out. I'm very happy that I took the time to make my stripes not get broken here. So they are the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern. If you haven't, if you're just joining me, knit on a size 2.75 for the cast on, and then a 2.5 for the rest of the sock. What else to say about them? Oh, the yarn is Vesper sock yarn in the Rainbow Love colorway. I worked from the outside of the ball for the heel flaps for both of the heels, and then started up again with the inside of the ball, so I didn't break my stripe sequence. And I worked kind of a modified toe from excuse me, what's in the pattern. So as you work a decrease row every 2 rows, and then every other row, and then every row. I never went to every row, I just kept working every other row until I did a Kitchener stitch bind off. So for Autumn, who loves to see socks on people's feet, I will put them on my feet even though it's ridiculously hot. So there they are. So I really like this sock pattern. Obviously I have one more set of them on the needles with my No Makers sparkle sock in the little bunny fufu colorway, but I'm not going to finish those for a while. I need a little break from this pattern, to be honest. It is a good mindless pattern, but I like my patterns to have a little bit more mind to them sometimes, and I have a lot of mindless things that I am knitting on right now, so I need something that I want to think about a little bit. But those are great. I'm very happy with them, and I'm glad they're done. And then what I've been working on since then is I kind of got a bug that I wanted to finish my Spring Garden tee. And this thing, I think I'm just in a stockinette time suck, because no matter how much I knit on it, and no matter how much it looks like it's long enough, it isn't long enough. And every time I try it on, it's not long enough. So this last time that I tried it on, I measured how much longer I wanted it to be, because I think it was at my waistband, and I like my shirts to be a little bit longer than that, especially if it's something that I'm going to be wearing like with skirts and stuff like that, which this one is. So I need 3 more inches on the bottom, which I feel like that's what I said last time that I podcasted, but whatever. So this time I put a marker, and this is how much I've knit since I did that. So I think I have maybe 1.5 inches there, so I need another 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to, there's a couple of rows of garter stitch, and then bind off. And then all I have left is the top, picking up stitches around the neck, and there's again garter stitch to make it not roll, and then doing a little bit more of this lace detail on the sleeve. So it's not too far. I will get it done. Yeah, I'm not enjoying it. It's at the tail end of it, and I want it to be done so I can wear it. So I'm not enjoying that it's not happening for me. But whatever. And then I worked a little bit on the blanket. Oh my goodness, you really did scare me that time, sweetie. Am I back there? You can see me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I worked a little bit on my blanket. Oop, can you come sit over here? You can pet Plonky. Plonk is asleep on the couch next to me. Again, I put another T-Rex marker where I was when I last podcasted.
T-Rex marker?
This little thing that looks like a T-Rex.
Why do you call it a marker?
Because it's marking my place. So I put it there so I know how much I've knit since then.
Can't you call it a marking thing?
Sure. My T-Rex marking thing. I put it there so I've gone up here and around here, and here I finished off the ball. And then I had a part of another ball, so I'm just working until I finish that one. This is how much I have left of it. It's not a lot. So these are all just the kind of bits and bobs that were in the
Anybody looking for this?
bag full of stuff. Oh, that's a good thing to show. So yeah, not a ton. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back off a second. Can I finish talking about my blanket and then you can show that?
I want to show it first.
Okay.
Here is a little...
Do you remember what this animal is called?
No.
It's called a mandrill.
Here is a little mandrill. See, it has a red and it has a zebra striped hip side and a red little nose. It's brown all over, except on its butt and on its nose.
What color is its butt?
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
See his butt? It's rainbow, but I'm sure you'd like to see his hands. See, they're just like human mittens. Well, human gloves. See? They're perfect for grabbing.
And you might need to hold it up a little bit more.
They're perfect for grabbing. See? And this is his tail.
Do you remember what that's called? Are they called?
Thumbs.
Yep, they have thumbs.
They have thumbs on their feet. They have thumbs on their hands. They have thumbs. And their eyes can see great. See them?
Have you seen a mandrill before?
No.
What? You have at the zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty cool. They're just as colorful in real life, huh?
Yeah, they look
Beautiful.
like... Yeah, there's no monkey like these. He's a monkey, not an ape. But he almost has no tail. But anything with the tail is called a monkey.
Are you sure that they aren't an ape then? I think they're an ape.
No, look.
Because they have a... Oh, okay. So because they have even a little nub, they're a monkey?
No, they're an ape.
Oh, okay.
They're apes, but they just have a little nub, not a tail.
Okay. Can I finish sharing my stuff now, sweetie?
Oh, will you hold this for a sec?
Yeah. Be careful with the table.
I
Don't...
want to show them my cutest bunny rabbit.
Okay, don't bump the table. Alright.
Look at this big bunny rabbit. He's wearing a dress. He has big ears to here, and a nose and tiny eyes in the middle of the fur. See it? And see, these are arms. These are feet. And see, he has a shirt beneath it and a diaper.
Do you remember who this bunny was from?
Who?
It was from Nana.
Who's Nana?
Nana is Daddy's grandma that died. But you met her when you were a baby, and she gave you this bunny.
This bunny's from Nana. And it has straps so you can take this dress on and off.
Yeah, some of that jewelry and stuff you have is from Nana too. Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna unstrap her.
Hey, sweetie.
Okay, I'd like you to see it unstrapped.
Oh, hang on. I think it's because it's not all the way unstrapped. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Should we take it up over?
Yeah.
It's probably easier. She looks like she's smaller that way.
So cute.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
There we go.
And see her? She's so cute. It's her little fur.
She has very nice fur. Alright, sweetie.
Now?
Can I finish showing my stuff now?
And I want to show them one more thing.
All right, you go find your other thing. I'm going to share stuff in the meantime.
I'm looking for my favorite bird.
Okay. All right, and then I cast on a new pair of socks because I finished my other pair of socks. So I picked the swirly socks from Prairie Girl Susie, who is on the Prairie Girls Knit and Spin podcast. I did her zigzagular socks and I really liked them. So I wanted to do, like I said, something with a little bit of patterning. So it has like one set of traveling stitches that swirls around the foot. And I am using, you can't really see it because it's very little that I've got on there, but I'm using Patons Kroy Socks FX in the Celestial Colors colorway. So it is purple with blues and teals and kind of a navy blue. So it's marled kind of yarn, and it slowly has a gradient from like the dark blue to the light blue with the purple. So I'm excited to see how those go. I'm doing them on 2.75 mil needles, which is my usual needle that I use. Haven't got very far on those, like I said, but I was actually feeling sort of unsure of what I wanted to work on next. I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do, but I couldn't decide. Excuse me. A little bit of allergy stuff going on. So I, just picked that pattern, and that was the ball of yarn I had in my work basket. So that's what became my socks, which is fine. I obviously want to knit up all the sock yarn I bought, or I wouldn't have bought it. So it doesn't matter in what order I do it. And before I show kind of things that are in the queue, perhaps, I did work some on some Hexipuffs. So I made 4 of them. So I guess I have been reasonably productive. This one I showed you last time. It's very misshapen. Whoa, and it doesn't stay in my hand. It's like my Frankenpuff. I don't know what's going on there, but it'll be fine when it's set into the blanket. So this one is the one that I was doing in the No Makers Tweed mint chocolate chip. It's the Scruffy Gnome base. Then I did one in the Spoonomi colorway. This one I think is House Gnome. And then this one is Gnomesicle, and it's in Sparkle Gnome. And she actually just had a shop update, which I may or may not buy some Berry Gnomey. Can't decide. That would be this colorway, which I really loved working on. But I didn't want to do this sparkle base. I was thinking of trying her BFL base, because I haven't tried that. And she does have it in the BFL base, so I'm waffling on it. And then this is one of the yarns that Melinda, who is Yarnder Woman, sent to me in a swap. I think it is Yarn vs. Zombies, the Hanami colorway. It's funny because this is very not Melinda's colors. She usually does reds, purples, and blacks or grays. So she must have made something for her niece or somebody else with this, because I couldn't see her making socks for herself with this. I'm curious, Melinda, what you made with this yarn. So anyway, those are the little Hexipuffs that I made, and I enjoyed doing those, so I definitely am feeling in Hexipuffing mood. So I usually try to take advantage of those when I feel like I want to work on the blanket and make some pieces, because it doesn't happen very often. But then I'll make like 50 of them. And then in this bag, there was a lion, And last time I mentioned I was thinking about doing the Morning Mist top. So I did buy the pattern, and this is the color combination I was thinking about doing. So this for the lace panel, it has a lace panel like up along the back here. And then this for the main body. And it is James C. Brett Cool Cotton. It's a DK. And it's a 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. I've made a top for Megan with this. This is actually a British yarn, so it would qualify for the Brit Along from the Bakery Bears. I didn't realize that it was British yarn, but it says it's from West Yorkshire. Huh. I don't know how it even came to be in my stash. It came from my mom, and I don't know where she got it from. Because she gets all kinds of yarns from her friends who are destashing stuff. So here's my dilemma with the Morning Mist pullover. It does not have any shaping, and it is meant to be worn with a couple of inches of positive ease. But my measurements will make that be really weird. I'm not sure that I want that. Because my upper bust is about a 38, my main bust is a 42, and then my waist is like a 33. So if I made it to be with positive ease for my bust, I'm going to have like over 10 inches of ease for my waist. I don't want to do that. So I think I'm going to make the size 40 to have some positive ease up on the top, and then it will be negative ease for my bust. And then I might still need to do some waist shaping just so it's not a complete like just hanging thing. I've seen it on other people and it does look really nice, and I'm wondering if they either don't have that delta between their bust measurement and their waist measurement, or maybe it's fine and I need to just trust the pattern and it'll be okay. I don't know. So I would love anybody's thoughts on what I should do with that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cast it on, like I said, with the 40, and then I can just try it on as I go. And if I feel like it's too loose in the waist, I can just add a little bit of shaping. I don't want a ton. I do still want it to be a more comfy kind of loose shirt. But I don't want it to just look like it's not fitting me, if that makes sense. I want it to look like it's something I've knit for myself, not something that I picked up that belonged to somebody else. But I am excited about it. I think it'll be really pretty. And I love the one, like I said, that Danny from Little Bobbins Knits made. Hers was just beautiful, and I would like mine to look like that. So I should just ask her how much ease she put into her garment. So yeah, that's kind of all I have on the knitting front. So I'll probably cast on that top, and I might work on one other thing. There was something else I was thinking of. Oh, I was going to work on my Whispering Pines shawls from Molly from A Homespun House, because that would also qualify for the Podcaster Along Knit Along, and I have 2 of them kind of in process. So I would like to finish at least one of those, probably the one for my sister, because it was supposed to be a Christmas gift, and it's June. So I need to finish it. What else? We're gonna go camping next weekend. I don't think that's gonna happen now. The weather is just supposed to be rainy all weekend, and I don't want to have another repeat of the last time where we're stuck in the tent all weekend, because it made me irritated and I didn't like it. If I'm going camping, I want to be out and doing stuff. So instead, what I think we might do is we got a bunch of seeds for our flower beds to completely just redo them, because the one that's up next to the house has kind of been a weed patch for several years. We focused more on the vegetable garden, and we didn't really pay a lot of attention to stuff up on the house. So we do have some perennials that we've planted. We've planted cone flowers of various different colors, and bee balm and mint and hollyhocks. But there's a whole huge section behind the house that we want to make into a butterfly garden. I've always wanted to have a butterfly garden, and so I got a bunch of native Ohio prairie seeds, a couple different kinds of milkweed. So I think we have common milkweed and swamp milkweed, so that we can be hopefully a way station for monarchs. And we got purple, they're called ironwood clover, red catchfly, a bunch of different plants. So I will put links to them all in the show notes. But we got a lot of seeds, so I don't think we'll be able to plant them in time to get blooms this year, but as long as they grow and the plants get some strength into them, they would definitely come back. They are all perennials. The idea is that we'll be able to plant at one time, and then we can just kind of let it go and let it be the thing it's going to be. We want to bring in lots of bees and pollinators and make a way station for them. That's definitely where we are with our whole backyard. We, like I said, we try not to mow until we have to for the spring flowers, and then we get like clover. We have wild strawberry that grows back there. So yeah, there's always a lot of pollinator activity. Rattlesnake Master is the other one. It's really cool. So definitely check out those links in the show notes, and I will take a before picture and then kind of stages along the way, and I'll share that with you guys if you want to see it. I probably will share it with you even if you don't want to see it, because it's just what's going on in my life. But yeah, I'm very excited for that project, and my husband is as well. So I think what we're going to do next weekend is we're just going to rent a tiller, till everything in back there, and plant a bunch of seeds. And yeah, the only other thing I've been doing is I've actually been reading quite a lot. I haven't been reading as much. I bought the tablet, the Kindle, so that I could read, and then it kind of became Megwin's thing for her to play. Like, there's a lot of different educational games, so she plays some games. She gets to watch like Wild Kratts, Diego, Dora, Word Girls sometimes. We obviously like limit her show watching, but it's nice that she has her own thing and we can put on the parental controls, and she only can watch the things that we put on there. Sorry, my lips are extremely chapped. So the whole idea with that was that I was supposed to have it so that I could read more, and then it became Megwin's. So the last thing that I had read was the Sorcery and Cecilia, or the Enchanted Chocolate Pot, that series of books. I think the next one's like the Purloined Regalia, and then the third one is the Mislaid Magician, or 10 Years After. They're all epistolary novels, set in kind of Victorian England, but Napoleonic
Mom,
England.
listen.
Okay.
Well, I did it earlier.
Okay. Oh, there it is. But with a twist, because there's magic. So, if you enjoy fantasy novels, I recommend all of those. It's a very fun series. And what I'm reading right now is this book, which is completely torn up, because Joshua got to it while I was napping. I read this one a bunch of times. It's called Tamlin. It's by Pamela Dean. It's part of the fairy tale series, which was created by Terry Windling. So she basically asked authors of the time to reimagine fairy tale stories in either modern context or just kind of different, and making them be retold for sort of the more adult type tales that they were. So this one is a reimagining of, I think it's like a Scottish pallid, longer tail, so it's in the back. And it's set in the 70s at a liberal arts college. It's a really fun story. I've read it several times, but it's a fun one, and whenever I go back to reread it, I always find like new little hidden surprises that I didn't notice before. The first time I read it, I think I was in high school, so they came out in like 1990.
1990.
Yeah, 1990, 1990. That's when Mommy was in high school. So it's a good book. Check it out. And that is basically all I have to share. As always, thanks for checking me out. I forgot to draw for the contest, so what I'll do is I'm going to draw as soon as I get done recording here, and I will announce
Can you show these flower necklaces to them?
Here, you can wear one and I'll wear one.
Look, see these flower necklaces? They have yellow, they have purple, they have orange, they have green, they have blue, they have red.
Yep. Okay, be careful, don't hit the camera.
Pretty much every color that's in the rainbow.
Yeah, all the colors of the rainbow.
Yep.
Alright, so anyway, I'm going to draw for the winner, and I will put it in the thread. I will PM that person, and they can let me know which pattern that they want me to gift them. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in either the, I think I have an Ask Me Something thread, or the chatter thread, or the thread for this episode. Don't push the table too much, sweetie. And I will try to answer it. Great, thank you.
Let go.
So until next week, I hope everyone has a great week, that you get time to do knitting or things that you love, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye. Pretty cute.
Can you get a video of them swimming?
I am. There's one by himself. Swim, little girl. Swim. Don't scare him. There he goes. Catching up to his mommy. Oh, there's more.
Oh, it's weird to look at all the adults. All the boys.
Ones with green heads?
Yep, the ones with the green heads are the boys.
I don't see the ones with green heads.
They're over there, honey. See?